Hello, and as always, a very, very warm welcome to everyone joining us here as we bring you a live action from the Dritte Liga, the third flight in German football. What a season it has been already. Everything very tight in the table, and just 2 points separating the two teams we have in action for you here this evening. It is Uerdingen 05 against 1860 Munich. Munich currently in 8th on 46 points, while Uerdingen in 10th on 44. 3 points for either team, well, could send them shooting up the table. 1860 with 8 changes to the team that lost last time out at home against Würzburg, while Uerdingen picked up a point on the road in Magdeburg to help their cause. And, well, it's been a decent return from the pandemic break that football experienced. And Owusu, one of the players who's been thrown into the mix here today by Michael Kölner, the man in charge of 1860. Prince Owusu with a chance to shine here, and a chance to perhaps get a bit more regular starting football for the rest of this season. Bertzel, another player who's been thrown in to try and make a difference and try and help 1860 bounce back from that defeat against the Kickers. Oliver Lossius, the 29-year-old, in charge of proceedings here tonight. Should be a very interesting encounter between these two sides. A very competitive one as well, and a physical one, which might, well, not be the best idea with the referee in charge, who's handed out a total of 155 yellows in just a short career. There we see Prince Owusu, 4 goals, 4 assists for him. So the action about to get underway. The visitors with Hiller in goal, Bertzel, Rieder, Klaassen at the back. Then Paul and Kager, the wing-backs, with Wein and Böhnlein sitting in front of that back line. Front three of Niemann, Gebhardt and Owusu from left to right. As for the home side, Vollert in goal, Daube, Lukimia, Maro and Dorda, the back four, Matušik and Mbom in front of them, with Barry out in right midfield, Flicke on the left, and Bure and Osawe leading the line up front. Really is fantastic, the Dritte Liga this season. Everything's so tight, so many teams still capable of finding a way to the top of the table, and there's a real battle at the bottom as well. Apart from Karl Zeiss Jena, everyone still in with a shout. Sonnenhof starting to slip away, 8 points behind Preußen Münster. But above that, I mean, Zwickau down in 16th, 2 wins and a couple of good results going in their favour elsewhere. Could see them mid-table, even top half within a game or two, so still absolutely everything to play for. Should make for a very, very exciting and nail-biting finish to the season. Stefan Kremer there, the man in charge of KFC. Slightly heavy challenge there on Flicke. Shouts from the sideline, they want a card there. Let's have a closer look at this. Well, it does land rather heavily. Bit of a stamp on the foot of Flicke there from Gebhardt, who's probably lucky that the foul was as early into the game as it was, therefore getting away without a booking. Flucker looks like he's going to be all right and able to continue, which is good news for Uerdingen. So a decent chance here to try and whip one into the box and test this 1860 defence nice and early. Hiller on his toes, should be an easy catch for him, and is looking to release a teammate quickly. No options available though. Quick look over his shoulder. Something you see keepers do regularly now. Wasn't always the case. Does remind me of a game back in the Premier League quite a bit ago. It was Shea Given, the Newcastle goalkeeper, who was caught out by Thierry Henry, I believe it was. Just put the ball down at his feet, looking to then play it on the ground out to a teammate, a defender. And just in behind him, ball nicked away and goal was scored, and the goal stood as well. Can't be offside, the striker in that sort of situation. And since then, you do see keepers always have a little look over their shoulder. Here's Klaassen with the throw. Bit of a scramble here, just inside the Uerdingen half. Brought down well by Rieder. He takes it out wide and will pick up the throw as well. There is Michel Kölner. Interesting to see Michel Kölner mic'd up there as well. Needs to stay in contact with some of his coaching staff as well. And just too much mustard on that cross in the end. It was played out well to Klaassen, but he just couldn't quite get the right cross into the box there. A little too straightforward, didn't have too much action on it either, and over everyone's head in the end. Long throw down the line. Chested down. Unable to keep the ball in play though. Back with 1860, Flucker with a decent little ball forward, hopeful. Just couldn't find a teammate. There's Barry, decides to go back to the keeper, but it's a foul throw. Just going to keep both feet planted there. It never ceases to amaze. Now, that still happens at this level, at every level really. You'd think it's one of the easiest parts of the game, but clearly not the case. Barry will have another try now. Here is Barry. Brings it forward nicely there. Flucker switches play beautifully out and finds Dorda. Back inside to Flucker. Picked off well. Now a chance to break for 1860. Niemann moving well. Lovely ball back inside. Owuzu just can't find a way past Maro. Now Leukemia. Back with Volat. Now Barry. Barry started well in that game against Magdeburg. On Matchday 30. He is an exciting young player. Definitely one of those that could still take his game into higher league, second division, perhaps even into the top flight. He keeps improving at the rate he has been. Quite clearly a free kick there. Dorda brought down. But Paul unable to nick the ball away, instead taking the player down. Right under the nose of the referee as well. No complaints from him, knew exactly what was coming. So another dead ball situation now for Uerdingen, this one in a slightly better position as well. Daube standing over the ball, still without a goal in the third division. Looked for a second like he might have just nicked it inside that near post, but finding the side netting. Always difficult for the keepers when they just hit the ground right in front of them. You could see Hiller was scrambling to get across. So a burn line. Sends one over the top. Well, it's going to be a high foot in the end by Gebhardt, the 1860 player who felt like he was brought down unfairly there, but just prior to that, just a little too high up with that right boot of his. Bomb trying to feed one through to Dorda there on the overlap. Well, both teams defending well. It's the home side who've started slightly better though. Still no real clear-cut chances on goal though. That's a decent ball forward from Barry. Brought down well by Osawe. Uerdingen switching it nicely. Fluker. A lot of touches on the ball, the Uerdingen number 10. A little sloppy with that one though. Burnline does well. And then perhaps one touch too many, and Daube not happy with the decision, and rightfully so, you think. If you ask me, it looked like he perhaps didn't get quite enough on the ball. It looked momentarily like he did. Burnline taking a bit of a gamble there though. Hopeful ball over the top. Again, just too much mustard on it though. Out wide to Barry. Leukemia. Dominic Amaro. Picked off by Owusu. Now a chance to break for 1860. Burnline does well to control the ball that came at him with a bit of bounce and pace. 1860 now looking like they're starting to settle into things a bit more. Knocking the ball around with a little bit more confidence. Oh, that's far too short. Osawe. Oh, fantastic defensive play though by Vine, who does brilliant to get across, out of position initially. Poor ball back, Osawe latching onto it, and Vine giving him absolutely no room to work with. Fantastic stuff from the Munich defender there. So Daube now with a chance to swing one in from the corner here. Grimaldi, the number 19, will be one of the targets. He went towards the near post there. And Barry doing a good job of covering out on the left side. The right back showing why he's such a versatile defender and such an important piece of the puzzle for KFC. Daube back to Amaro. Decent ball forward that. Dorda back inside. And trying to keep the ball down and build from the back. Make their way forward with some nice little 1-2s. Definitely playing the more attractive football so far, that's for sure. There's Grimaldi. He wanted a throw. I was hoping it came off Klaassen last. Wasn't the case. Klaassen with a long throw now. It's too much for Karga. Berzel under pressure. Does well. Quarter of an hour gone. Still a 0-0 here in the Merkur Spiel Arena in Düsseldorf. Home of KFC Uerdingen 05, of course. A little too aggressive there for the referee's liking, and bomb. A long high ball down the touchline. Owusu trying to hold on to the ball. No foul given there. Nothing wrong with the challenge, says the referee. Decent game of football, this. Momentum constantly shifting between the two sides. Question is, who will find the breakthrough? 1860 have gone behind in their last 3 games. They've gone behind first, should I say. Haven't gone on to necessarily lose all of them. A win, a draw, and a loss is what they are looking at. Maro just leading with that left arm of his. Well, I'll tell you what, tackle from Leukemia there was at the limits, I think I would say. It was going to be difficult for him to pull out of the challenge, but he did have his studs raised there. Certainly have seen them given. Dorda with the long throw. Brought down well by Grimaldi, but then does struggle with the easy part. And now Wuzu could hold up play. Oh, very nearly. Oh, good improvisation. And then a lack thereof shortly after. There's Pflücke. We did say it was going to be in a physically very physical game, an aggressive game. Hasn't disappointed so far. It's been fair as well. Maybe that challenge from Leukemia was definitely questionable. Barry, no options ahead of him. When he run down the touchline there, you could just see him signalling it to his teammate Daubert. Player down at the moment, the ball will be put out of play here. Ossar with the player down, back on his feet now. Will go off the field of play to be seen to, but doesn't seem to be hobbling too bad or anything, so wouldn't be surprised if we see him come back on. Oh, I take that back. It looks like he has been taken off. Perhaps came into the game with a slight niggle. So it's going to be Frank Wiener here, coming on to replace Osawa. A man from Cameroon coming on, a straight swap up front. Not exactly what Stefan Kremer was hoping for, I'm sure, but Wiener with 5 goals, 5 assists as well. And he'll be raring to go. Having come from Bayern Munich, up against their arch rivals 1860 here this evening. Chance for him to try and do Uerdingen. And perhaps some Bayern Munich fans a favour if he can find the back of the net. Pflücke makes himself available, really does well to find space off the ball, the Uerdingen number 10. Leukemia. So Pflücke didn't have quite enough pace on it, which allowed the pressure to come towards Pflücke there, did well to improvise. Under difficult circumstances. Mbom with the layoff. Back to Mbom again from Maro. Able to turn. Out wide now, here's the new man. Wiener certainly has pace on him, doesn't he? Not a bad ball either. Looking to pick out Grimaldi. Grimaldi just a little slow to get into a goal-scoring position there. Wiener perhaps a little too quick for him. Certainly too quick for Klaassen. Left him in his shadow there. Not a bad ball. Perhaps a little more bend on it would have brought it just a little closer into the path of Grimaldi. Would have offered him a relatively easy tap-in from that distance. Well, Wiener might not have been part of the game plan. Not from the get-go anyway for Stefan Kremer, but he's come on and he's already looked like the most dangerous player on the pitch with that blistering run forward down the right flank. Uerdingen, a team that doesn't concede too many goals, but they've struggled to score them this season as well. Funnily enough, with the third worst goal scoring statistics, the only two teams worse off, Sonnenhof and Carl Zeiss Jena, the two bottom sides, while Uerdingen in 10th, with the third least goals scored this season in the third division. Incredible stat, really. Barry with the long throw. Aldi chests it down, looking for Avina. Gebhardt doing just enough to get there first. Not taking any chances, puts the ball straight out of play. Barry with the throw as Uerdingen look to keep the pressure on here. Back to Mado, now Lukimia. Closing down there. Oyewusu. And then Avina backing into Bersel. I don't think his intention was to seriously injure the player there, but it did look like a nasty fall for Bersel. Just landing right on the hip. Or upper back, actually. And that will take the wind out of you. Basel. Take that one on the chin. Or on the back. Happy to continue though. Burnline with the ball over the top. Gebhardt tries to just glance it on with his head into the path of Karga, but just a little too far ahead of the 1860 striker. Partnering Owusu up front for the Munich side. There's Dorda. Back to Lukimia again. And ball forward. Grimaldi using that upper body strength of his to just shield the ball and keep the move alive. Now Mbom down the line to Pflücke. Final ball just lacking a little for Uerdingen as well as for 1860. Build-up play for the home side has been decent. But you can tell why they've struggled to score goals this season. It does make you think if they could tick that box, or could have ticked that box early into the season, solved that problem. You wonder whereabouts in the league they could be. I mean, currently in 10th, still in contention of a high finish once it's all said and done, with everything so close in this league. But nevertheless, you do feel a few more goals, they could really be in and amongst the top 5, maybe even top 3. Uerdingen will be looking to try and go into the lead though, even if they have struggled for goals. Because when they do, they very rarely end up losing a game. The last time they did was back in 2019. Barry, short to Dalbert, back to Amaro. Pflücke, good vision there, just a little look over his shoulder, straight away. Picture perfect ball out wide to Barry. Avina can't bring the ball down though. Now a chance for 1860 to try and break. Owusu to Kaga. Quickly surrounded by 3 players. Gebhardt there with him. Well, there was an acute angle. Didn't have much to work with. Niemann was free in the middle. He wanted the ball. Frustrated it didn't come his way. You can't really blame Gebhardt for having a shot, though. Timed his run really well. Either Leukemia or Mado picking up his run. Probably had time to control it and settle himself. Had he done so, he might have seen Niemann and been able to pick him out on the penalty spot. Barry with a decent looking ball, header back down. Dauber picks it up into Flücke. Does well, very nearly feeds one through the middle perfectly into the path of Dauber. Danger not over yet though. Dorda now. Mbom. Well, both Evina. And Grimaldi missing the header there. I think Grimaldi put off by Evina. Probably thought the Cameroonian was going to get to it, then didn't have enough time to react. Well, momentum certainly with KFC at the moment. 1860, when they have the ball, they're struggling to hold on to it, struggling to string more than 2, 3, maybe even 4 passes together before giving it straight back to the home side. Oh, the referee getting in the way of Flücke there. That's unfortunate. Can 1860 take advantage? Lovely ball forward. Good control by Prince Owusu. And then Bernlein goes for the goal of the season there on the half volley. Gonna take something special to find the back of the net from there. Kaga perhaps looking for a penalty there. Certainly asked the question of the referee, but not enough on it, in my opinion. Grimaldi bringing down Paul there. Not sure it was intentional. I think he was trying to get around him and then just caught him on the back of that right ankle. Painful one for Paul, I'm sure. An awkward landing for Grimaldi as well. Looks like he's injured that left wrist of his there. Here's a tough one, Grimaldi, though, and sure he'll be able to shrug that one off. Carson with the first time cross, hasn't quite worked out. Now Mbom. Dauber on the spin, able to find Barry. Heavy first touch. And then Barry brought down by a Bernlein. Plenty of respect between the players though, which is always nice to see. Lovely distribution again from Flücke. You feel Uerdingen want to get him on the ball as often as they can. And he is at the heart of pretty much everything going forward. Barry finding a lot of space on this right flank as well, on the ball again here. Pressure by Bernlein though, not giving him any time on the ball. Not a bad ball forward by Dorda. Here's Grimaldi. Oh, fantastic tackle there. Lovely stuff from Veit. That's the second world-class challenge from him already this evening. He has been holding the fort at the back. Well, to be fair, hasn't had too much to deal with so far. But when the danger has come his way, he's had the answer. Matušik. To Leukemia, now wide to Dorda. Uerdingen extremely patient in their build-up play. More than happy to wait until the opening is there for the taking. Just rushing it slightly there though. Maro with the long ball over the top, looking for Evina. He's pacey and powerful, but not exactly the tallest. Paul, good vision. And Klaasen, early ball into Owusu, nice layoff, and then very nearly the 1-2. Opening up the Uerdingen defence, catching the defender in the back though. Lady Luck shining down on the home side on that occasion. Fluke. Good movement against the Uerdingen attack there from the 1860 defenders. You could hear Michael Kölner on the sideline applauding his players because the break was on with Barry once again in space, but very quickly that space was then taken away and closed down. Question is, how long can they do it for? We feel if it continues this way, and the momentum stays with Uerdingen, the possession stays with Uerdingen like it has here in the first half and continues like that into the second, you do fear for Munich. As the tanks begin to run out of a little bit of fuel, the legs become a little heavier. And as a result, spaces will be created. Not a bad ball! And it's Evina, the substitute, who looked dangerous since coming on. Very nearly found Grimaldi after just entering the pitch. He now has on the 35-minute mark. And look what it means to Stefan Krämer. Header away by Paul. Taube with quick thinking sees Evina in space, and then a lovely, almost no-look pass across the face of goal. And Grimaldi with the easy tap in at the far post gives Uerdingen the lead, and it's a lead they probably deserve as well. And once again, 1860 concede first. Well, Grimaldi didn't have to do too much to score there. Apart from being in the right place at the right time. That's what you want from your strikers. And that goal definitely belonging to the substitute, Evina, who's really come on and made an impact. And this is going to be tough for 1860 now. And a lovely ball down the line. Grimaldi now with a bit of a spring in his step. Decent bit of pace there from the big man. Kaga does really well. Lovely ball back inside. Decent shot by Gebhardt. Finally, 1860 testing Volat. And then in between the sticks for the home side. Able to parry that one away. Was slightly central, but it did have some real fizz on it. Paul with another ball over the top. Kaga, lovely header back. And then the 1-2 was just a one too many. Niemann could have probably taken the shot on there and instead of trying to play it back to Kaga. Grimaldi scoring against his former club as well to rub salt in the wound of 1860 Munich. As we slowly but surely edge towards half-time. Fantastic time to score in the game as well for Uerdingen. That will make Stefan Kremer's halftime talk that little bit easier, I'm sure. Good injection of pace there. A decent ball in towards Owusu. More often than not, will win the aerial challenge. Unable to do so that time, though. And clearly a foul on Paul there. Burn line over the top. Owusu with the cushioned header back, and not a bad effort there from Niemann. It was a difficult one to take. On his left foot, on the half volley as well. Well, that had it covered. Happy to just watch that one bobble past his left post. Maro out wide to Barry. Kaga doing a good job of just closing the angle there. Forcing Uerdingen to play the loose ball forward in the end. Gebhardt brought down. It should be a free kick if you ask me. Referee says ball played. Can hear the complaints from the sidelines. The play will continue. Dorda brings it forward into the 1860 half. Munich on the back foot again, put out of play in the end by Paul. Grimaldi again, full of confidence after finding the back of the net, and does well to win the ball back and win the corner. Certainly enjoying himself now, isn't he? Talbot looking to put the in-swinger into the danger zone. Not a bad cross. Persel with the header away. Clearance only as far as Dorda. Flicker available as always. Another ball into the box. Persel goes to ground. No whistle from the referee though. Now Gebhardt looking for a way past Evina. Can't find one. 1860 struggling to get out of their own half at the moment when they do have the ball. Well, as things stand, Uerdingen up to 7th. Should things finish as they currently stand. Other matches underway as well. Victoria Köln taking on SV Meppen. Meppen 2-1 up on the road in that game. Bayern Munich's second team taking on Zwickau. Still 0-0 between them. Another two games still to come this evening, of course. Hansa Rostock taking on Magdeburg, and Hallische FC against Waldhof Mannheim. Prince Owusu with a real chance there. Peculiar one that. Ball came through to him, excuse me. And plenty of space, perhaps wasn't quite expecting it to and couldn't adjust in time. Defending there from Maro, header away. Kimia to Dorda, and Dorda will look to send the ball upfield. 1860 looking to finish strong here. Burnline. Larsen thinks about an early cross and then misunderstanding between him and Burnline there. Picked up by Barry, loses his footing, but he's got plenty of space and time to get back up and keep the ball moving. Dalbert. Happy to just slow things down. Uerdingen will look to take their 1-goal lead into the half-time break if they can. Good ball back inside to Dorda. Avina. There's that upper body strength brought down by Gebhardt. And now a free kick in a decent position. Fluke wants to take it. Is it perhaps just a little too far out for a direct effort? Very central as well, which does favour the keeper rather than the free kick taker. Well, I'm not quite sure what Prince Owusu was doing there. Why he didn't go for goal first time, cutting it back instead, but no one there to pick up the pieces. Avina, Matušik and Fluke all standing over the ball. It looks like Avina and Fluke are still discussing who's going to take it. It's going to be Avina, not a bad effort. Again, straight down the middle, but plenty of power behind it. Hiller unable to keep both hands on it initially. Avina really has been a breath of fresh air since coming on. It really is funny how football unfolds sometimes. There's a forced substitution due to Asawe's injury. But since coming on, Avina has been the standout performer, setting up the goal, testing the keeper as well in a dead ball situation, nearly setting up Grimaldi before he finally was able to give him that assist for the goal. It has been a thorn in the side of Michael Kölner's 1860. So it will be Uerdingen who go down the tunnel in the lead, 1-0 up. It's been a very, very interesting game so far. Adriano Grimaldi breaking the deadlock in the 36th minute, thanks to some wonderful play on the wing by Avina. Michael Kölner and Munich with plenty to think about. This game perhaps going the way of Uerdingen so far, but it's far from over. The second half just around the corner, and we'll be right back in just a few.
Die dritte Liga live bei Magenta Sport, präsentiert von bwin.
Es gibt Trainerwechsel, die schnell fruchten. Es gibt Trainerwechsel, deren Effekt sofort verpufft.
So a warm welcome back as the action is about to continue here in the Merkur Arena in Düsseldorf. Uerdingen lead by a goal to nil thanks to Grimaldi finding the back of the net in the 36th minute. Assist by the super sub Wiener, who really has been the standout player since coming on. There's a substitution that Stefan Kremer was forced into, with Osawe having to go off. But it's a substitution that has really, well, helped Uerdingen in more ways than one. He's been very lively when on the ball. His first move on the ball very nearly created an opening goal for Grimaldi. Just a little too far ahead of the KFC frontman on that first effort, but nothing wrong with the ball that did set up the goal in the end, just before the break as well. So Bitrov has come on. He replaces Dorda for the home side. No changes for 1860, which is interesting. Interesting to see how these second 45 unfold. The Lions now playing from left to right here in the second half. There's Paul. And Basil. Vine, plenty of time on the ball. Uerdingen happy to let 1860 knock it around as much as they want, as long as it's inside their own half. Arena closing down on that far side. Clearance missed by Mbom. Maro able to pick up the pieces behind him. Bistrov, the new man, with the ball to Fluke once again. Good distribution. Sees him and Uerdingen just open things up on that far side now. Barry 1-2 with Arena. Barry does well to go past Burnline. Not the first time Burnline's brought him down. Needs to be careful. Will go into the referee's book if he's not careful. There's a few mistimed challenges from the Munich midfielder there already. Fluke with the delivery from out wide. Not a bad one either. Fantastic cross there. Really dangerous Leukemia with his hands on his head. He was just in behind Basil there. Basil doing anything he could really to just nick the ball away. Well aware of how dangerous that cross was. Nearly put it on target with regards to his own goal, but it is a corner in the end. Fluke again. Not quite the same delivery that time round from the corner. We'll pick up the throw though. Barry ready's the long throw, not too many options. Comes out to Evina. Little drop of the shoulder, just lets the ball run across his chest. Decent ball back in, and the slightest of headers just nicks it out of the path of Grimaldi, who was just waiting there. Nice layoff. Decent ball forward. Gebhard's brought down. Kaga will play the advantage and able to get the shot off, but can't find the target. And it looks like the yellow card will still be produced though for that challenge on Gebhardt. Ooh, that was a nasty one. You have to think that was in slow motion as well. Came flying in. It was a reckless challenge on Gebhardt. Munich number 10 lucky to walk away uninjured there. Maro, the guilty party. Can't have too many complaints about that one. It's been a decent start to the second half for Munich. A little bit more fire in their belly. Well aware that they're going to have to do something to turn the tide here. Wouldn't be surprised if Michael Kölner had a few words with some of his players. Sascha Mulder's available for 1860, of course. The talisman up front, the big number 9. Still banging in the goals in the 3rd division. Sascha Mulders, Munich's top goal scorer with 13. Into double digits for another season. Jean-Manuel Mbom picking up the yellow card there. Was it actually Mbom who came flying in? It might have been. So quick on the replay, it was hard to tell. Barry with the throw. And throw as well. Poor layoff by Usu. Matashik brought down unfairly by Gebhardt there, quite clearly. His hand on the shoulder. Now Pflücke again with the free kick. Another decent looking cross, just a little too high. Again, Luquinha the target. 60 looking to break quickly and run into trouble. Chance now perhaps for the visitors. Oh, nice one-touch football. Oh, back inside towards Owusu. Couldn't wrap it around that last line of defence and into the path of the young striker. Maro able to clear the ball out for a corner. Already Munich looking far better in this second, or early into this second, than they did for the entirety of the first. Klaassen with the cross. Maro just about gets it away. Courageous header there. Oh, still with the Lions though. Another good cross. Gebhardt had to improvise there with the ball just drifting over his shoulder. Basel back to Hiller. Puts his boot through it, sends it upfield. Looking for Owusu, nowhere near the front man though. It's good possession here early into this second half for 1860. They've been able to do a lot more with it. They've looked far more threatening. Spent the majority of the first 45 in their own half, 1860. Not the case so far in the second period of the game. In line. Kaga does well. Looked like he might lose the ball there. Manages to keep on to it. Gebhardt goes for goal from a fair distance out. Just couldn't quite make the contact there. Scuffing it slightly. Straight into the midsection there for Burnline. A painful one. Try to block the shots, and that will win the midfielder, I'm sure. Right into the stomach. He felt that one straight away, didn't he? Should be alright to continue. Just needs a moment to regain himself. Berzal back to Hiller once more. Closing down by a bomb there, very nearly rewarded for his efforts. That didn't sound too nice, did it? Petrov just coming in a little late on Gebhardt there. You could hear the coming together and the clash of legs. Gebhardt's not for the first time riding a heavy challenge, and quickly back to his feet. He's a tough cookie, that one. Velocios just having a word there with Stefan Kramer. Not sure if it was the Uerdingen manager with a few too many words for the referee's liking, or one of his coaching staff. Either way, a warning has been issued. Chance for Burnline! What a goal that was! Everybody on the pitch caught completely off guard. Whether or not that was a clean hit, I'm not so sure, but 1860 will not care one bit. Back on level terms with a, well, peculiar, sensational, I don't know what to call it, but it's a goal. I tell you what, he went for that. He was actually trying for it. Bit of a smirk on his face there, perhaps a little bit of good fortune involved there as well, but who cares? Christian Burnline with his first goal of the season. Oh, a Burnline, as the stats will tell you, not exactly a regular goal scorer. He's come up with the goods here, and what a time to do it. To be fair to Munich, they have started the better here in this second half. Really have changed things up well. Far more determined off the ball, more determined to keep the ball when they have it. And have created chances, and Burnline there, quickest to react, pouncing on the opportunity. And what a finish. Oh, he won't be forgetting anytime soon, I'm sure. Well, game on here in Düsseldorf. There's KFC Uerdingen now on level terms with 1860 Munich. Having looked the far better side up until the half-time break. The scoreline reflecting that as well, but 1860 right back in this, and rightfully so. Petrov towards the far post. Avina making the run in towards it, but just a little too late to the party. Now Barry. Able able to find a way past Klaassen, who does really well. (1860). Readying some changes. You did wonder when the likes of Alex and Bekiroglu would come on. It seems now is the time. Some fresh legs to try and perhaps go for a second and a winner. Michael Kölner. Could he be timing his substitutions to perfection? Perhaps that goal. Forcing his hand slightly. Realising that the likes of Lex and Bekiroglu could make all the difference here in this final half hour. Plus some change, of course. Here's another look at that Burnline goal. Fantastic reactions on the half volley. The left-footed finish into the top corner as well. In the background, it looks like Uerdingen might be readying some changes as well, but it's 1860 to go first. Nico Kaga coming off. Lex coming on. And Bekiroglu on for Nima, it would seem. Bekiroglu probably up front now with Owusu. There is Owusu on the ball now. 1860 looking like a completely different team here in the second half. What a league it is, the third division. Thanks to that equaliser, as things stand, 1860 would now shoot up into 6th place in the league. While Uerdingen would drop to 11th. Oh, could that be a shout for a penalty? Tell you what, certainly right to ask the question. Looked like there was possibly something on that. Not a bad ball in towards Lex there at full stretch. Just couldn't get there though. And Michael Kölner, he thinks it was a penalty. Oh, I tell you what, Mbom taking an unnecessary risk there. Well, it's going to be a yellow card for one of Michael Kölner's colleagues on the bench there. Not happy with the lack of a decision. It does go down a little easy. It's hard to tell there. Leukemia in the way of seeing exactly if there was enough contact on the player. Ibrahimai on for the goal scorer Grimaldi. And Kinsombi. Coming on for Dauber, I believe. So two very different looking teams now. These final 25 minutes, roughly. Going towards Lex. Lokimia doing everything he can to shield the ball out over the line for a goal kick. Barry does well. Still on the move. Bartoszek out to Bitrov. Switches play once more. Lovely ball. Will be a free kick for a foul on the new man Kinzombie. He's taken up a position on that wide right. Ibrahimai will lead the line. Yellow card for him. So not exactly the start to action he was hoping for. Not quite sure why he got a yellow, perhaps. A little bit of conversation with the fourth official there. He didn't look too happy when he was coming on about having his studs checked. Haven't really seen a yellow card being given that quickly. It could be a record. Here's Lex. Lovely ball back inside. Chance now through the legs of the keeper. And 1860 have turned the game on its head. Klaassen hammers the Lions into the lead. What a breakaway goal that was. Sensational stuff. Klaassen getting it all going. Picking out Lex. Lex with the no-look ball centers it beautifully. Klaassen continues his run. Takes it first time. And it's through the legs of Volat. Straight down the middle. And just like that, Munich into the lead now. Klaassen can hardly believe it himself. Fantastic stuff. What a second half here. Well, whatever Michael Kölner said at half-time is certainly working. Klaassen with his second goal of the season. Goals coming from unlikely places, but it doesn't matter where they come from, as long as they're scored. Quite literally a game of two halves here. Uerdingen clearly the dominant team in the first 45, but 1860 have been absolutely sensational since the break, and you have to say deserve both their goals, really. Stefan Grämer not looking quite as calm and collected as he did in the first 45 now, is he? Decisions going against Uerdingen now as well. You can see a little bit of frustration creeping through from the players. So, dead ball situation for 1860 now. Arno with the header away. Incident off the ball there. Player down. It's a Bitrov, I think. He's holding his face. You could hear him scream out after what looks like a collision here. Was it a malicious one? That's the question. Another look here. Wow, it's hard to see there. It doesn't look like much from that angle. Not easy to tell, though. It was Prince Owusu, the player who was closest to him, but didn't see too much. Well, Follett now being given a yellow card, so referee is not having any chit-chat here this evening, is he? whatever happened to Bitrov. No one able to spot it. .60, now up into a fourth. With this scoreline and the scorelines in and around them. Starting the day in 8th. And what a result this would be. 20 minutes for Uerdingen to try and turn things around again. There's Barry. A little bit more urgency in the play of Uerdingen now, but they've given themselves not quite a mountain to climb, but a hill. Definitely. Oh, that is a heavy, heavy challenge. Ball was played, but it certainly was reckless. Rieder coming flying in there. And Baum able to get up and get his leg out of the way. Still had to ride the challenge though. Decisions continuing to go against Uerdingen. They're just nowhere near as composed on the ball. Slightly less organized, should I say, off the ball as well. Kimya. Lovely ball out wide. Spreads it nicely to Barry. One-two here. Avina brought down, and Uerdingen now with a free kick in an interesting position. They've struggled from open play in the second half. Dead ball situations, perhaps their ticket back into the game. Time running out though. They have to take advantage of these sort of opportunities. Well, Bekir Oglu pleading his case, but quite clearly had both hands around the midsection of Avina there, right in front of the referee as well. So, Flücke, excuse me, lining this one up. Flücke, well, it wasn't bad. Got plenty of bend on it, but not enough pace behind it. Trouble Hiller. Flücke, such a good player. One thing he does lack, though, is goals. Zombie. In towards Ibrahimai, who tries to take it in his stride. We'll put out of play by Rida. And the momentum just starting to shift again. 1860 putting a lot of effort and energy into this second half, perhaps just running out of a bit of steam. And Uerdingen looking to capitalize on it, giving themselves a job to do. Beats it off out wide to Pflücke. Early ball in, blocked by Paul. Michael Kölner looking far happier now. No surprises there. It's found its way through to Kinsombi. The layoff for Barry. Barry! Not a bad effort at all there from the right back. Just couldn't keep it down. What, Hiller would have been in trouble if that had been on target. Absolutely hammers that one, Barry. Oh, Burnline with the goal of the game, replaced now by Dennis Dressel. Dressel has 3 goals already this season, the midfielder. Not why he's been brought on though, that's for sure. It's his defensive abilities in that midfield and Michael Kölner will be relying on, although here he is on the ball out on that left wing. Larsen, the scorer of München's second, and possibly the winner if they can hold on to this. Paul for Gebhardt, poor ball into the box, picked up by Pflücke. Now Kinsombi on the move, he is quick, brought down by the new man Dressel there, and eventually the whistle does go for a foul, because Lex was in an offside position, I believe. Good work there between Barry and Kinsombi. Now Pflücke, Uerdingen looking more dangerous now. Pflücke with a shot from distance. Had options out wide in the form of Bittroff, decided to go it alone in the end. I'm not happy with his decision. Stefan Kremer. His 4th game in charge, yet to lose one. Could this be the first? Good work there by Kinsombi, under pressure. Throw from Barry. Arena unable to get there. Maro will go back rather than forward, as will Barry. play there by Uerdingen. Brought down unfairly. The dead ball situation for the home side. Ryan will pick up a yellow card for his troubles there. I don't think he'll be too bothered though. So it will be Gerdwijnis now in for Fluke. Fluke not quite as effective in the second as he was in the first half. Line is also an aerial threat as well, so coming in at just the right time. A bad cross by Uerdingen. Just not quite enough lift on it, and easily dealt with by Munich. Less than 10 minutes to go. And Beckett wanted a better ball there. Come, that's good play by Owusu. Now 1860 with men forward. Was there a foul there during that breakaway? Now Barry with a yellow card. The referee playing the advantage. But not forgetting that tackle there. Beckett Oglip returning the favour on Bitrov. Here's the new man, Gerdwijnis, to Maro. Leukemia now just hanging around the 1860 back line. And we can expect a fair few crosses coming into the box as Klaassen now goes into the referee's book as well. So Vilch coming on now. 1860, replacing Powell, who's had a good game, especially in the second half. Looks like that groin area perhaps just a little tight. Some precautionary measure for Michael Kölner and company. Hopefully nothing too serious for Powell. And Timo Gebhardt has come off as well. Barry doing just enough to put Dressel off there. Interesting to see Gerdwijnis now in central defense. Leukemia, pretty much another striker up front. Another dead ball situation. 1860 to deal with. Not a bad ball in either. And again, Bertzel getting just enough on it Getting there ahead of Petrov. In just behind Petrov. Petrov just couldn't get there, more like very nearly a goal scoring opportunity. Cross towards the far post. A little too much whipping pace on it, but still the thumbs up from Mardo. Uerdingen really applying the pressure here at the death of this game. Barry just about stays on his feet. Short to Kinzombie. Again, Barry with a bit of a dodgy throw there. Not penalised for it that time. We saw him penalised for a poor one in the first half. And what an opportunity that was for Mbom on the volley. Just slicing across it, nowhere near the target in the end. Leukemia doing his job up front, that's why he's up there. And Mbom probably even had time to bring the ball down and steady himself before the shot. Just rushing it slightly and paying the price. '60 continue their trend of turning games around. They've gone behind now in 4 games since the restart. 4 times they've been able to turn things around. Can they go on to win it though? That is the question. Time running out for Uerdingen though. Launch it forward yet again. Leukemia again the target. Manages to get on the end of it. Can't find a teammate in the form of Ibrahimai. Bomb, stay strong. Kinzombie has looked lively since coming on. Very energetic performance off the bench from him. Boubacar Barry. Bomb back to Barry. Good tackle by Dressel. 1860 now just sitting back in their own half, parking the bus, trying to make life difficult, trying to hold on to all 3 points here. Kinzombie gets a little lucky there. A win here would really help 1860's hopes of a place in the top 3, a chance of promotion. Would put them just behind their rivals, Bayern Munich 2. Currently in 3rd. Off the crossbar, will be a goal kick. Into the 90th minute we go. There have been a lot of substitutions, which could mean we've got a good little chunk of stoppage time to be added on as well. Really interesting to keep an eye on the table as things stand. Munich, or Bayern Munich 2, beating Zwickau 2-0. And in stoppage time now, Köln losing 1-3 at home to SV Meppen. Uerdingen trailing by a goal at home here to 1860. Hansa Rostock and Magdeburg still 0-0 there. That's just 20 minutes in. Hallischer FC just going into the lead against Mannheim. 19 minutes into that game. So at the table constantly changing left, right and centre. Incredible to watch. What an end to the season it's going to be. But as already mentioned, as things stand, 1860 would be on 49 points in 4th place. Just 2 off the top spot. Currently belonging to Duisburg. They play on the 10th of June tomorrow. A host of other teams as well, so expect the table to be completely different 24 hours from now. But as far as 1860 are concerned, they're doing everything they can to give themselves a chance of promotion here. And Leukemia, the next player to pick up a yellow card. A foul deep in the Munich half here. 3 minutes of stoppage time added on. Half of that's just a little over already gone. Looking unfortunate there. Looked more like two of the Munich players colliding with each other rather than Leukemia getting in anyone's way. Nevina, Petrov, decent cross, a little too high for Kinsombi. Had that been Leukemia, it might have been a different outcome. Now 1860 on the move. Bekiroglu! And that is game, set and match. And it's Bekiroglu, the substitute, who picks up his 7th of the season. Did it take a slight deflection? He certainly hit it beautifully with the outside of the right boot, curling from out to in, leaving the keeper with absolutely no chance. Lex linking up with the man he came onto the pitch alongside. Well, it did take a deflection, but that won't matter to Michael Kölner and company. And that will be all she wrote, I'm afraid, for Uerdingen. And 1860 know it. And there it is, the last kick of the game will be the goal for FK Bekiroglu, and that will secure all 3 points for 1860. What a second half performance from Michael Kölner's side, turning the tide in emphatic fashion. A wonderful second 45 for the boys in white and baby blue, and that will see them shoot up the table into 4th. And now 2 points behind the top 3 at Duisburg, Bayern München 2 and Waldhof Mannheim. That's all from us here in Düsseldorf after another fantastic evening of Dritte Liga action. Make sure you join us next time, where we promise it'll be just as exciting, because there is still everything to play for in probably the most exciting league in European football at the moment. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you do next time. Good night and take care.